Welcome, folks, to a new Let's Play. Brought to you by Fox Interactive. Developed by Monolith Games. Developed by Lithtech. That's right, folks. I'm bringing you an oldie but a goodie that I happened to come across on Abandonware, an old favorite of mine from the old days, back in the late 90s. I think it was like the early 2000s. The Operative, No One Lives Forever. This is it's a first-person shooter with an amazing story, and is fashioned kind of more in more of a kind of like a cross between chic 1960s, like a cross between, how best to put it, it's got the visual feel of stuff like in like Flint and Austin Powers, and it's even got references to that, to those things. But it's definitely more of it's kind of like not quite a spoof, but more like a parody on traditional spy things, but also has its serious moments, and it's just a fun game. It's a lot of fun. We will be joining our main character, the titular operative, Kate Archer, as she uncovers the schemes and machinations of the infamous HARM organization. When I played this back in the day, it did have some issues with glitching and with crashing, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it won't be too big of an issue. I really enjoyed playing this game as a kid, and I've always wanted to play it again. But thankfully, when it was made with larger. It was made late enough that larger and more in-depth resolutions were in mind. I know you can only see this little part right now, but once we get into the game proper, it will be just fine. So, without any further ado, we're gonna dive into the first section of things, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, here we go. The first assignment. An unknown assassin is killing off Unity's elite operatives. In spite of the danger, Kate Archer and Bruno Lowry still have a job to do. Could this be Kate's first shot at a mission fraught with peril and intrigue? Or is it just another routine assignment? We will see.
A crisis has arisen. Unity's undercover operatives are being killed off by an unknown assailant. It seems likely that there's a traitor within the agency. Report to the war room for a full briefing on the situation and a tactical overview of your upcoming mission. Do not be late. Following the briefing, stop by the training facility to hone your skills.
Alright, here we go. Our objectives are report to the briefing room and report to Santa's workshop for gadget training. Those hands, man. Oh shit! Orange. Oof. Fox Interactive presents a game by Monolith Productions, starring Kate Archer as the Operative in No One Lives Forever. With Kit Harris as the voice of Kate Archer, Jacques Blaney as Dmitry Volkov, Ken Boynton as Santa, Scott Burns as Thugs, Roger Curtis as Mr. Smith, Mark Diaz as Other Thugs, Barbara Derrickson as Baroness Dumas, John Patrick Lowry as Bruno Lowry, Mike Madioy as Tom Goodman, Nigel Neal as Mr. Jones, David Stalker as Magnus Armstrong, Jeff Steitzer as Baron Dumas. Choreography by Jenna Hawkins, Andrew Heffernan, and Drew something other. Music composed and arranged by Guy Whitmore. Title track by Rich Ragsdale. Filmed in Lithscope. Assignment, Scene 2. Meanwhile, residents of Kate Archer.
Hello. Bruno, how's France? Did you collect any new bullet holes? I know how you love to be shot at. I'm teasing. I'm glad you're not damaged. Did you at least encounter an exotic temptress or two? Really? What was her name? What do you mean you don't remember? That's horrible. Of course, I'm famished. Are you buying? Then it's a date. Let's say Maximilian's in half an hour. Ciao.
42 minutes later, Maximilian's.
I'm not very happy, you know. It's not like I thought it would be.
I never promised it would be as exhilarating as your former trade, only that it would keep you out of jail and make it easier to sleep at night.
More wine?
You're the first female operative Unity has ever employed. The committee is old-fashioned. They need time to get used to the idea of a woman in this line of work.
Ha!
I know all that. But at this rate, I'll be a bloody grandmother before they give me a real assignment.
You can always go back to burglary and pickpocketing if you can't live without excitement.
Damn it, that's not what I'm saying. I just want to be challenged. I'm sick of wiretaps. I'm sick of eavesdropping on boring strangers who may or may not pose some trivial threat to international security because they forgot to declare a ham sandwich at Heathrow. I don't have the patience for it. It's not what I'm good at.
It's never fun paying one's dues, but we all have to endure a bit of frustration and tedium now and then. Builds character.
I think I've paid my bloody dues.
Is that what you think? God knows I loathe sermons, but I'll tell you right now that you'll never stop paying your dues. Not ever. I'm sorry you're not happy, but you might as well get used to it. Nobody owes you a damn thing.
You make it sound like I'm some spoiled child. I'm not asking to be coddled. I just want a chance to prove myself.
You're right. I know it's been hard for you, but I'm confident you'll get your chance. All the petty politics in the world won't hold you back.
They've done an outstanding job so far, haven't they?
You see?
Oh, what could this
What did
be?
I tell you?
Probably just one of the committee members needing a babysitter on short notice.
Ye of little faith, I'll see you there.
Why don't we go together?
I've an errand to attend to first. You go on ahead.
Alright, right before we go on, guys, I do want to clarify something really quick. This game is, in my personal opinion, one of the best examples of one of the best renditions in a first-person format of a female lead protagonist not needing any man to save her, and in actual fact, saving the men and uncovering plots better than anybody else could. So, I don't want anybody to think that I, God forbid, am a chauvinist or anything like that. In fact, it's quite the opposite. This is one of my favorite games because of Kate Archer. Kate Archer is a fucking badass, and I love what she does in this game. I'm so happy about it, and I'm looking forward to playing it. So once again, after, good lord, 15 years. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's go.
Good afternoon, Miss Archer. They're expecting you in the briefing room.
Agent Archer, how thoughtful of you to join us. I hope we aren't inconveniencing you too awfully with matters of international security.
Smart ass as always.
Not at all, Mr. Smith, but it's charming of you to mention it.
It is not my ambition to be charming.
Well, that's fortunate.
I would advise you to watch your tongue. Well, if it isn't the inimitable Agent Lowry.
Sorry I'm late, Smithy. You're looking dapper today.
Spare me the disingenuous flattery, old boy. It doesn't suit you.
I was being sincere. It was the one polite thing I could think to say.
You're still upset with me, aren't you? I assure you I have nothing against you personally. You've served us well for many years, but perhaps too many. I firmly believe it is in Unity's best interest that you retire from field operations, and I will continue to campaign to that end until you accept an administrative position.
I'm not upset with you, Smithy. I just don't like you. I do understand your concern, but just because you're too old for the field doesn't mean that I am. Until I'm declared unfit for duty, I will continue to prove it.
I retired voluntarily.
Of course you did.
Oh,
Perhaps you should
damn.
dispense with the pleasantries and get down to brass tacks.
Fine.
Lights, please. We lost another agent this afternoon, bringing the total to 7 operatives in 10 days. It is our firm belief that someone is systematically eliminating our undercover agents, which leads us to believe that the clandestine operations section has been compromised. It seems we have a traitor in our midst.
Do you suspect anyone?
We suspect everyone.
7 operatives. That's over half the active list. Why weren't we informed sooner?
You're being informed now. This situation has unfolded rather abruptly.
The assassin left a lily, a regal finale to be precise, on or near the corpse of each victim. Mean anything to either of you?
Volkov.
Who?
Dmitri Volkov. The regal finale is his calling card.
The name's familiar. What do we know about him?
He's a right bastard.
Anything more specific?
Just what's in his file. Born in Kamchatka in 1921. Distinguished himself as an academic prodigy and master chess player by the age of 8, by which time he'd also earned notoriety for refining various torture techniques on neighbors' pets. It seems he joined the NKVD in 1937 and served as some sort of disciplinarian in a gulag near Kiev. His whereabouts during the war are unknown except for a brief mention in 43, when he was spotted by an OSS officer at Leningrad interrogating prisoners of war who would later disappear without a trace.
Ah, yes, I remember this fellow. We've had dealings with him before.
Sometime after the war, he emerged again, this time in the employ of Smersh. He's personally credited with well over 1,000 executions, spies and Soviet dissidents for the most part. In 61, a failed assassination attempt left him without an eye. He was shot in the face at close range by one of our finest agents.
You flatter me, but I shouldn't have missed.
He escaped by throwing himself off a 70-foot cliff into an icy river. It was presumed that he survived, as no body was ever recovered. In fact, rumor has it, he's currently working for an organization calling itself HARM as Director of Executive Action. I don't have to tell you what that means.
What do we know about harm?
Unfortunately, there's very little about them in our files.
Well, despite the obvious risks, we still have a job to do. In this case, a very important one.
Wet work.
Precisely. And after this recent catastrophe, the two of you are our only available assets.
To be perfectly frank, Agent Archer, you're only getting this assignment because we've no other choice. Matters
shut
of
the
such
fuck up, Smith.
delicacy aren't really the sort of thing we would usually entrust to a woman. Emotional inconstancy and assassination do not make especially good bedfellows, if you take my meaning.
Shut up, fucker. Put my boot up your arse. Implicitly.
Implicitly. But you shouldn't be ashamed. Administration is a perfectly noble career.
I don't think I like your tone.
I believe what Agent Archer means to say, Smithy, is that she appreciates the chance, however fortuitous, to demonstrate her abilities as an operative, and that she'll endeavor not to disappoint the committee. Isn't that so, Agent Archer?
Aye.
That's not what it sounded like to me.
Enough of this. Time is of the essence. Stop by the toy shop before you go. They've some new gizmos you might find useful. Don't dally too long, though. Your flight leaves at 6 p.m.
Where are we going?
Morocco. Agent Archer, what does HARM stand for?
I haven't figured that out yet.
See if you can't find out. And be careful. Both of you.
One second, folks. I'm just looking up something really quick. Okay. Okay. Cool. Alright. Really quick, guys, just to let you know, this is going to be a fun run, as per usual lately. So, we will be using the invincibility cheat and a couple of other things, so just letting you know that right off the bat. Because this game can become infuriatingly difficult at certain times, even without that. Even with it, sometimes even with that, there's one or two levels that are just, because you have to do stealth, are ridiculously hard themselves. One second, guys.
We strongly advise that you go through the training course before embarking on your first mission.
Nope,
there are
I'm
many
good.
nuances and features you may overlook otherwise. If you prefer to skip training, just head to the exit.
We will not be using training. Basic field tactics. Firing range and gadget lab. Okay. Santa's workshop. This I don't remember. Okay. Exit training.
If you want to skip training, I won't stop you, but...
Alright. Good stuff. Next mission. Nice.
Intelligence has discovered that the American ambassador to West Germany, Morris Monroe, is marked for execution by an organization calling itself HARM, or HARM. The assassination attempt is expected to come on the last day of Monroe's upcoming holiday in Morocco as he is leaving his hotel. There will likely be multiple assailants. It is imperative that Monroe survive the attack. Be warned, though, that the ambassador is extremely nearsighted and almost deaf, so you won't be able to rely on him to realize that he's in danger. You will be positioned in a residential building across the street from the hotel. Your job is to pick off the assassins before they liquidate Monroe.
Alright. Select equipment. Alright, misfortune in Morocco. Alright. Gotcha. Okay. Alright guys, I think I'm going to cut the video here. I know this has been a relatively short one, but this next mission is going to be hella long, and it's going to take a while, so we are going to be back here in a little bit. So thank you so much for joining me. Since we didn't do it at the beginning because I wanted to get things started off right, please do me a favor really quick. It'll just take a second. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video out to all of your friends, and make sure you ring that bell icon so you never miss an episode. Also, if you want to come and check me out from a distance, you can check me out on Twitter at DMShockman, and if you want to help support my work financially, you can do so on Patreon at patreon.com/DMShockman. Keep in mind that every penny of my Patreon that is pledged to me on Patreon goes to supporting and funding new and better works for you guys. But with that being said, guys, I'm Michael Shockman. I've been your host and commentator, and remember, as always, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!